The ideas and the tough decisions that state and local leaders make now are more important than ever, because these officials are the ones who are getting the work of government done. Tonight, we honor the innovators, the leaders, and the public officials who take the risks and discover new ways to make government more effective. True government innovation is about finding new solutions to our most persistent collective challenges. Innovation is about leadership, the driving force for each of these 9 public officials of the year. Governor Rick Snyder brings an entrepreneur's tolerance for risk to the Michigan Governor's Office. He says good leaders must assume some risk and accept that not everything they try will be successful. Then you come back at it. His biggest risk, the state takeover of Detroit, is already getting results as the beleaguered Motor City is now emerging from bankruptcy on stronger fiscal footing than it's had in decades. Stacey Abrams is a master of political collaboration. Abrams has learned to blend party loyalty with pragmatism for a government that works for its citizens. Abrams believes that her first job is to cooperate and collaborate with the other side whenever she can because, as she says, fundamentally, Georgians don't care about your party. They care about their lives. Mike Hein has single-handedly reshaped the way counties in his state share ideas and best practices. The database he developed allows different governments to spread local solutions and quickly solve problems. This gives people easy access to strong, fleshed-out ideas, so they don't have to reinvent the wheel, he says. His performance-driven style and focus on outcomes brings together county leaders and improves government performance well beyond the borders of his own jurisdiction. Billy Hattaway has been fighting for decades to make Florida's streets safer for pedestrians. As a roadway design engineer in the 90s, he pushed Florida to include walkability as a factor in its street designs. Frustrated by the state's lack of action, Hattaway left to consult privately in other states. 2 decades later, he was back, riding the tide of new leadership and evolving attitudes about walkability. His vision has dramatically improved Florida's pedestrian and bicycle safety. When Kentucky rolled out its health insurance exchange in October 2013, Kerry Banahan made sure it worked. While the federal exchange and other state sites saw glitches and shutdowns, Banahan's tireless efforts made Kentucky's exchange a model. Banahan sold Connect relentlessly to the public, crisscrossing the state to talk at high school football games, fall festivals, and local TV stations. And by the end of open enrollment, Kentucky was the only southern state with its own health exchange in operation. Thanks to Banahan, Kentucky cut the rate of uninsured nearly in half, the second highest drop in the country. Mayor Michael Nutter's patience and hard work have created a Philadelphia that's cleaner, safer, smarter, and more fiscally sound. Becoming mayor in 2008 at the start of the recession prevented him from launching grand new initiatives. Instead of short-term fixes, he implemented long-term goals, doing the dig-in-the-ground dirty work that has put the city on a firmer financial footing and fostered a new sense of energy and innovation. Texas State Fire Marshal Chris Connelly has redefined what it means to be a fire marshal in his state. Working with the Innocence Project, he has become a strong voice for justice, reopening old arson cases and applying rigorous standards of arson science to make sure justice is served. In the wake of last year's catastrophic fertilizer plant explosion in the town of West Texas, Connelly has brought a new national focus on firefighter safety, and he's worked to help prevent similar explosions in the future. Chief Probation Officer Wendy Still has transformed San Francisco's approach to handling its parole population. Now that the state of California has pushed corrections policy and actual inmates back to the local level, San Francisco has gotten smarter about sentencing, and Still has helped transition the parole system from surveillance to rehabilitation, from a punitive approach to a supportive one. The reentry pod she has implemented helps offenders rejoin the community as active citizens, helping reduce future criminal behavior. DC Water's General Manager George Hawkins is making sure his city's water infrastructure is resilient and prepared for the 21st century. He is implementing a massive $2.6 billion tunnel system to better control stormwater runoff, and he's implementing innovative new measures to convert DC's wastewater into usable green energy. Hawkins, who wears his utility uniform and steel-toed boots even when testifying before Congress, has also helped raise the profile of DC Water and the important role of water systems within a city. These remarkable men and women implement innovative new approaches every day. They routinely break down political barriers to work with opponents across the aisle and redefine the very nature of their jobs. Governing's Public Officials of the Year are innovative in every sense of the word. For their continued commitment to public service, their remarkable leadership, and yes, for their innovation, we're honored to recognize these 9 outstanding public officials.